Hello and welcome to Geek Weekly, your audio newsletter for everything geek speak. Here we talk about movies, television, video games, and so much more. Your co-hosts today are Rob Coughlan and Jeremy Mullet. My name is Chad Moores. Let's geek out.
Today's top stories: Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, The Paragon Paradox. Then, Doc Savage, revealed. Followed by Captain Marvel, the Avengers Assemble, and finally Ash versus the Evil Threat. All this on Geek Weekly News.
This is Chad Morris from the Geek Weekly News, and I'm here with Rob Coughlan. Rob, start us off.
In speculation news, JoBlo.com has confirmed that the main protagonist in GOTG V2 will be none other than Aisha, also known as Her or the Paragon. No official news as to who will take on the new role. However, Elizabeth Debicki, the man from UNCLE and Great Gatsby, is rumored. Now, this might be my amateur opinion, but I feel like Gwendolyn Christie would make a much better Aisha, and here's why. I'm going to envision the role as tall, sleek, youthful. Liz, hands down, would be the perfect fit. But if I'm looking to cast someone who embodies the physical features that defines the character of Aisha, tall, golden blonde hair, intimidating in size, I really can't see anyone better than Gwen. What are your thoughts?
Well, I feel that Gwen would definitely be probably one of the best choices that they have, considering on how well she did with being one of the troopers. And honestly, she embodied that trooper so well, and even though she was behind that suit the whole time, you really felt that power from her that women are really looking for in powerful woman characters. So I do find that she would be a good comparison. It's how I feel about Bryan Cranston would have been a fantastic Lex Luthor. Unfortunately, that is not what happened, but I am hoping that maybe your instincts will bring that forward for the casting director and have her become the character.
Exactly. To the powers that may be, please, both of these things need to happen. We beg you.
And bring Bryan Cranston as Lex Luthor. Please do that.
Mean.
That's what. Yeah. No. I have to say it again because Bryan Cranston, Lex Luthor.
Bryan Cranston, Lex Luthor.
Let's move on.
Moving on. Confirmed. Doc Savage, director Shane Black has confirmed that Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson will lead the film. Chad, now I know you're a big Man of Steel fan. Did you know Doc Savage was actually the inspiration for Superman?
No, I did not know that.
It's true. The first Doc Savage comic appeared in March of 1933. And Superman, well, he didn't burst out of his first phone booth until June of 1938. Exactly.
Yes.
See, the kid knows his stuff.
Yep, that, and I'm actually reading what you're reading.
Well, that helps too.
No, I did know that. But I actually think that The Rock would be a wonderful choice for that, as long as he doesn't play the character that he's played in all of his other movies, which is something that, unfortunately, I don't believe that it's his fault. He has been chosen to be in all of the, he's always playing, we were just talking about it earlier, there's this movie with him and Kevin Hart, what's the name of it?
Central Intelligence.
Of course, he is always paired with a comedian. He's also paired with, there was another movie years ago, I can't remember the name of it, but
Tooth
he
Fairy?
was with, well, there was Tooth Fairy, and that was a comedic action movie. Mm-hmm. Little action, mostly comedy. And then he was also with Stifler from American Pie. He did a movie years ago, and that was another action guy with a comedic guy. Unfortunately, I don't think he's been giving the roles that he really deserves. I think it would be great for him to do a serious role. And funny enough, I mean, especially if he's doing a new DC movie, if they're going to continue doing the dark things that they've been doing lately, of course, you know, hopefully it's going to be dark enough to actually show, wow, The Rock can actually do some really good characters, but he hasn't done anything that has been worthy, but I love The Rock regardless. I do. I love him.
I agree. I mean, he was the person I grew up with when I watched wrestling. His character on that show was absolutely incredible. He was hilarious in everything that he did. He was just so perfect. And it's a really bad shame because it seems to me like he's sort of stuck in a perpetual Ryan Reynolds Green Lantern cycle.
Yep.
Great movie. Mm-hmm. Would have been better if it was just written to the character, to the actor.
Yeah, you know, and I think that for The Rock, I think that he's chosen for the movies that he's chosen for just because of who he is. Yep. I feel like if he is given the opportunity to have the right director, the right writers, you know, that he could actually be really well known for a certain action hero. I really do. And I'm hoping that maybe this is the opportunity for him. Not that DC has made some really great choices in their movie makings in the last forever. The last time they made a really good movie was probably Superman 2 with Christopher Reeve. That's probably the last DC movie that they've ever done well. And that's only 1 out of 2. Superman 1 and Superman 2 with Christopher Reeves was the only 2 DC movies that I've actually thoroughly enjoyed. I do have to say I love their TV shows. I do love The Flash. But regardless, we're talking about the movies now. They have not done anything. Well, no, okay. So they did the Batman, the trilogy, right, with Christian Bale. That was actually incredible. I almost forgot about that. But everything else has been absolute shit. Almost, basically. Especially The Green Lantern, the worst movie ever made by man.
Yeah. So Sony, if you're listening, please don't fuck this one up.
Yeah, come on, get The Rock. Come on, do it right. You got him. Be the first people to utilize him, okay?
Absolutely. You know, a funny thing about The Rock, I actually sat down with a good friend, close family friend, who had the chance to meet him while he was filming Central Intelligence. And he was described as the most down-to-earth and welcoming person you could ever meet. And that's what I love about him. He's just a natural, humble guy. He's not like your regular run-of-the-mill celebrity who just couldn't be bothered if you asked him to take a couple of minutes out of their time while they're filming to do something. And I'll tell you why. My friend is actually a custodian, and he actually had a chance to go see The Rock while he was filming. And a good buddy of his, who was a police officer who was running detail for the movie, invited him over and said, like, hey, let me have you go meet The Rock. So they'll go right over to him. Hey, Rock, nice to meet you. Hey, what's your name? Hey, my name's Kevin. Wonderful to meet you, Kevin. Do you want me to get you something to drink? Oh, I'd love Dunkin' Donuts. Got a good one around here? Absolutely. I'll take you right to it. Do you think the producers or whatever might? Fuck them. So off they go to Dunkin' Donuts. So now he's like, what do I do? So he says, well, whatever you want, it's on me. He's like, really? You mean that? Yeah, it's on me, no problem. All right, so I'll take a nice coffee. I'll take one of those yogurt smoothies. I'll take a couple of breakfast sandwiches. I'll take a couple of donuts, hey, you sure you don't mind? You said this was on you. No problem, not at all. So they get all the stuff that The Rock asks for and says, hey, what do you do? He's like, well, actually, I'm a custodian. I do custodial work over at the elementary school. Do you think we could go over and visit? He's like, if you don't mind, absolutely. My pleasure. And he spends, no lie, 45 minutes just hanging out with the kids, getting photo ops with everybody.
Yeah. They must have loved
Incredible. They were besides themselves. Yeah. Absolutely besides themselves. And that just, again, it speaks to what the nature of The Rock is. He's just a great down-to-earth class act. Act.
Yeah. And, you don't find a lot of celebrities that are normally like that. I mean, not that, I've met a good amount of celebrities and, more often than not, they have to do what they have to do. And I understand that. But for him to go out of his way to do that is just wonderful. Do we have anything else? We have moving on?
Absolutely. Moving on to more Marvel news. Captain Marvel. We began pouring in some early hints that Brie Larson, known for 21 Jump Street and Trainwreck, is in early discussions with the studio to portray Captain Marvel.
I think that's perfect.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. She is a fantastic actress. Well, it seems that we're not the only ones who agree with that. It seems that Captain America himself and a few of his friends recently sounded off on the matter. At a panel conducted during the recent Wizard World Convention in Philadelphia, Chris Evans, Anthony Mackie, and Sebastian Stan, when asked about the early reports, stated, we cannot say enough about Brie. She is a phenomenal actress, and we really hope this happens. Fun fact, actually, if you don't know this, my mother is friends, not good friends or the best of friends, but friends with Chris Evans's mother. They actually graduated from high school together. So that kind of makes me in the cap, well, absolutely nothing.
Yeah, not at all. Yeah.
Kind of cool to say, hey, my mom knows Chris Evans.
Yeah, no, I agree. That's pretty fun to me. I mean, hey, come on. We have to get him on the show now.
I think so.
Now the fans are going to be like, oh.
And a fun thing, actually, his mother, Lisa, she's the artistic director of the Concord Youth Theater Program. So she is very much involved in the musical theater arts, like we're involved
down
with
in Massachusetts.
Yep. Yeah. Concord, Mass.
Wow. Okay. So, I mean, there you go. I mean,
yeah.
Yeah. I'll just give her a ring. I'll just let her know that this is what we're doing.
Exactly. Mom, if you're listening, make this happen, please.
Make it happen.
Moving on.
Well, no, I just want to talk about this a little bit more. I think that knowing Brie from 21 Jump Street really grabs me the most, just with her character and how she presents herself and stuff. And I do find that she will be a great Captain Marvel. I really do. And I believe that, again, I think she'll be another strong actress to portray a woman superhero, which is what we need. And honestly, I think in this day and age, this is something that girls are looking for. Yeah. You know, they're not looking for, although I think this is kind of silly, but again, I completely understand it. They're not looking for a girl protagonist who is running around in high heels getting chased by dinosaurs like they did in Jurassic World, which people had problems with. I did not. I felt like she didn't have time to take off her shoes or switch them because she's getting chased by dinosaurs. But regardless, I think that people were like, okay, this is okay. Let's get a stronger female protagonist. You know, they're looking for more of like a Buffy Summers from Buffy the Vampire Slayer. People want stronger female role models. You know what I mean?
It just goes to show you that the littlest of details can make the world of difference.
It really does, especially in this day and age. I mean, you know, honestly, like, we're trying to make a movement right now, and these kind of details cannot be missed.
Yeah.
They just can't.
They really can't.
You know, I get it. I really do. And for me, and I was talking to you about it earlier today, I'm a feminist myself. I am. I'm not just for women's rights, for men's rights, you know, for equality, just as a whole thing. I don't like the word feminist either. I wish that it didn't have feminine in it.
Yeah.
Because it should be equality.
It feels like there needs to be as strong a word to it, you know?
And it's just that it kind of brings it to one category of what it is, and it kind of hinders what it's really there for.
Yeah.
It hinders it. And I think that if it was just equality, which I think is coming out more than just being feminist, which again, I think, you know, I am a feminist, but it's for equality. It's not just for females, which I think people are slowly realizing now, which is fantastic. But getting out of politics, let's move on.
Now if they could just do something about the equal pay, you know, then we'll be in better standing. So.
Oh my God, yes we would.
So we feel for you, all right, ladies? We feel for you.
We're there for you.
All
we'll be there.
All right, well, last but not least, earlier in the week, Bruce Campbell took to Twitter to trump some supporters on the Conservative Nation Twitter site. They actually had posted a graphic image to their account which depicted an image of a woman appearing to be very bloodied and battered, with the caption, "Here's what happened to a female Trump supporter when she met peaceful and tolerant liberals."
With quotations on both of those words.
Exactly.
Peaceful and tolerant, yeah.
You know, give me a friggin' break.
Yeah.
All right. Bruce doesn't typically get involved in politics. He's not a very political guy. But didn't stop him from calling out those right-wing social media deadites in the best possible way, warning their supporters to check your facts, folks. This is an actress named Samara Weaving from Ash vs. Evil Dead. It's a simple makeup test. And he closed by summarizing the propaganda in a single word: sad. Surprisingly, to this date, the tweet still hasn't been taken down and has quickly become the subject of further ridicule by the Twitter sphere. So, hey, sucks to be you. It sucks to be you.
I say it. Suck to be you.
So what are your thoughts on this? Do you actually watch Ash vs. Evil Dead?
I do not. And another thing is that I'm not super into politics. I do know that, you know, Trump is Trump. You know, that's as far as I'm going to get into.
Trumpers be trumping.
Trumpers be trumping. Yeah, you know, and again, I try not to get, you know, of course, I just said I'm a feminist and I'm getting into politics about that, but I don't get into the presidential politics. I don't like to talk about it because I just find it's a very sore spot for people. And I don't want to be judged on my own political thoughts. You know, I'd rather people judge me on actually who I am and not my political thoughts. That's just how I am. But what are your thoughts? I mean, you're the one that kind of brought this out, so I'd like to know what your thoughts are.
Well, besides the fact that when I look at Trump standing up on a podium, I think of Doug from the movie Up. Whoa, squirrel! You know, right? man's mid-sentence. Oh, I'm gonna build a wall, and Mexico's gonna pay for. Look at his hat. Look at his hat. That's a great hat. All right, but this wall, it's gonna be amazing. All right, I love the China. Love China. Has nothing to do with Mexico, but I love China.
I hid beneath the floor because I love you.
I do not like the cone of shame.
That was
All right?
too good.
So
That was probably my favorite thing that's happened today. I appreciate that. Thank you.
you're welcome.
That was incredible. All right, so I think that's all we have today.
So there we have it. When there's news, we're the ones who broke it.
We conclude today's podcast with a few reminders. If you have any comments or questions, shoot us an email at geekweekly@chadanmfilms.com. Please consider following us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. The links are provided below. Don't forget to like, share, laugh, and most importantly, love. From all of us at Geek Weekly, thanks for listening. This has been a
Damn!
Films production.